opposition front bench spokesman started this debate by saying the government was forcing council tax rises and the government failure has led to the economic challenge we face. So I'll start quite simply by saying that neither of those statements are true. Councils make their own decisions, of course, on council tax. And in reality, the Conservatives introduced a cap on rises in 2011, which his party opposed in the LGA. And unless he's accusing government of plotting in the wet markets of Wuhan, clearly blaming them for COVID is well wide of the mark. As we've heard already, it's pretty rich of Labour to raise council tax as an issue when we know that Labour councils charge £84 a year more, when the Mayor of London wants a 10% tax rise, their candidate in the West Midlands wants to whack 34 million onto the bill for residents. There's no doubt that COVID has come at significant costs for local authorities, and that's why over £10 billion has gone in to the coffers, plus the most generous local government settlement in a decade. And that's before you mention schemes like Everyone In, supporting people to get off the street in the first lockdown, the Winter Support Grant, currently helping the most vulnerable people through the challenges of COVID this winter. Nowhere perhaps is a contrast more stark than in Nottinghamshire, Madam Deputy Speaker. We've heard a lot about it in this debate. In the Conservative-run county, the Conservative group have put residents in a strong financial position pre-COVID. A lot of hard work has gone into rebuilding the council after the years of Labour administration, and we therefore have been in a strong position to both manage the pandemic, to offer out new services like the support hub and additional help to residents, and still be able to set a balanced budget for next year that protects services. Meanwhile, as we've heard, Nottingham City, Labour fiefdom that it is, blew £38 million on Robinhood Energy, made 230 redundancies apparently by Skype, and then awarded themselves above inflation pay rises despite destroying the council's finances. They're struggling to put together a budget for next year and calling the administrators in, and it will be residents in Nottingham City asked to pay for it when they splash the cash on ideological pet projects. Well, now it's all gone, Madam Deputy Speaker, and residents will pay the price for Labour's incompetence. And meanwhile, Mansfield District Council persists with an expensive executive mayoral system that adds costs. Ashfield Council created 5 new cabinet roles at 90 grand a year to give themselves jobs whilst raising council tax on residents. It's not good enough, frankly, Madam Deputy Speaker. The Secretary of State's quite right to thank hard-working frontline officers for their work during this incredibly stressful and emotional time, often not helped, frankly, by the politicians. And I'm pleased to at least be able to tell my residents in Mansfield that the county council, at least the Conservative-led county council, is in a strong financial position, will be able to put forward a balanced budget for the year ahead, and will be able to continue to deliver good local services despite the ongoing challenges that we face.